Hello and welcome to another exclusive Good e-reader video. This is Nick.
And this is Marcus.
Today we have the Cruz tablet by Velocity Micro.
So this is the second tablet that Velocity has released. This is the newest one available, and so far so good. If you've watched our unboxing video first, you can see that it does come with a stand, it does come with a case, a really flexible one, and it does come with an AC power adapter, and it also came with a pleasant surprise, a 4 gig SD card. So it's allowing you to get right off, able to load media, videos, music, and such. And Nick is going to go over the more or less the specs of the device before we really show off a lot of the menu features.
Starting off with the display, we have a 7-inch screen, TFT LCD from corner to corner. It is 800 by 600 resolution, and it is a capacitive touch. Whereas the Cruz reader, if you've seen our other video, or if you want to check out our other video on our YouTube channel, is a resistive touch. So the tablet is indeed a capacitive touch. You will be using your fingertips or a capacitive compatible stylus. It's got 4:3 aspect ratio, so you won't be really getting any 16:9 widescreen on this. It's using a Android 2.0 at the moment. It does have an internet browser. It has 256 MB RAM, 4 gigs internal storage, as well as 4 gigs expandable SD, which they do give you inside the box if you checked out our unboxing video. It does have wireless and an accelerometer for it to change from landscape to portrait. It has about 6 hours while watching video of battery power, so they don't really list how long it lasts on standby alone, but right out of the box it's said to last 6 hours while watching video. Now, I've noticed something interesting what Marcus is doing. He's twisting it full 360 and the accelerometer is catching it all, whereas the Cruz reader that we reviewed and unboxed only did the 90 degrees change from landscape to portrait, whereas he just did a full 360. Doesn't matter which way you're holding the device, it will change for you. So that's a nice touch we just found out.
Yeah, that's a tremendous selling point. That was one of the drawbacks of the Cruz reader, which is the cheaper ones that Velocity offers, that because this doesn't have buttons on it, so it doesn't really give you, or you can see here that there's really no clues to see how you're holding it right, whereas if you look at the Cruz reader, it actually had a visual cue, like a power light indicator here, so you can sort of see that of the two tablets here, you can see that this little light button here gave you the cues in order to be able to know how you're holding it. So you can see here, let's go back to our widget system, that this one only goes to this mode. It doesn't go in any other ways, whereas this one, you can even look at it upside down and it went perfectly, and you can see that it's more responsive as well. We're going to do a full comparison of the Cruz tablet along with the Cruz reader, so stay tuned to our future videos, but we just more or less wanted to give you a great visual reference on how this tablet already is far superior to the Cruz reader.
Onto the dimensions, it has about 7 inches by 5 by half an inch thick, and to give you a scale test of how big this is, here's a phone. So it's not exactly iPad size. This is just the Sony Xperia, so this is a little scale test, and here's my hand. It's not exactly the biggest of e-reader tablets, so you won't be lugging around a huge laptop-sized tablet. It
makes them more portable at 7 inches.
Exactly. Supports SD and SD high capacity. For the audio playback, it plays MP3, WMA, AAC, and WAV. Videos plays MPEG-4, H.263, and H.264. It has some reader formats. It has PDF, TXT, and HTML. You won't really get the EPUB the EPUB format for the reading applications unless you use the Cruz reader. The Cruz tablet doesn't come with the EPUB compatibility. And you get a stand and a case, as Marcus has mentioned, in the box as well. So they give you a little bit of accessories going here. when you purchase the device itself. So
which is nice.
No real company ever gives you both a case, let alone a case at all, or a stand for that matter. I think the Pan Digital gives you a stand and the pocketbooks give you a case, but never both in the e-reader purchase. These are not separate accessories that we purchased. This came with the device.
Yeah, so that's really solid, and that was one of the things that right away captured our attention and, you know, really made us take notice that they're really giving you everything that you need to be able to have the device, use the device, and also transport it from place A to B. Now you can see here that it comes with a lot of applications. It gives you Napster, the Cruz market, and the Kindle application. So although it doesn't support directly Mobi, PRC, and things like that, via the Kindle app it allows you to read those. So you can sideload in applications using Aldico or FB Reader and things like that. So we will give you a demonstration of ebooks right away. We just want to show you some of the programs. So eBuddy, of course, it gives you the ability to add contacts through Gmail, Yahoo, MSN, and so on. It has right on the main screen to be able to configure your Wi-Fi setting. The Cruz market. So let's take a look at the Cruz market. This is one of the features that we really like about how Velocity has done this. Very few tablets will give you a place where you can get Android apps right out of the get-go. Some of the tablets that have really let us down was, say, the Pan Digital Novel. They're 7-inch and 9-inch. They pretty well give you a few really basic applications and no way to be able to install Android applications. And the same thing goes with like the Ogden GenTouch and a lot of the other really lower end to sort of mid-range tablets to get apps. So, as your average user, here at Good e-Reader, we've reviewed around 20 or 30 tablets, around 30 to 40 different e-readers, and then some, probably edging up to more. So we really have the experience messing around with a lot of these tablets. So when we're saying that, it's really nice that Cruz has built their own market, just like Arcos has built their own market for their Arcos line of e-readers and tablets, that it's very nice, and this is a refreshing change. So they are giving you the ability to, get your Facebook, to download alternative Android markets like and App Store and things like that.
I think you gotta press the home button to get out of everything there.
Alright, so I just want to load up the Cruz market just really quick, just to show you some of the, on the main page. So you can get the and App Store, androidfreeware.org, so it is giving you even more alternatives to the market. But of course, you can get your Android, you can get your Facebook, you can get your Kindle apps and Sony Android apps and so on. So although the Cruz market doesn't really have a lot of apps that we were looking for, like the Sony Android app, the Kobo Android app, and so on, it is easier to find those. And of course, on our blog at goodereader.com/blog, we have a post where we've done a comprehensive analysis and direct downloads to all the alternative Android markets. So if you're looking for Android markets that the Cruz market didn't have, or if you're looking for the Borders app, the Kobo app, and a ton of others, you can check out our blog post there. You can just go to our blog and navigate down. So you can see here that we have, standard Android applications, the alarm clock, file viewer, calendar, etc. But it does give you Facebook mobile, and it does give you, user guide, Office suite, and so on. So the Office suite is a nice addition. Let's check that out really quick. So Office Suite Pro. It looks like it's asking you to buy it, so it doesn't give it to you straight up.
Seemed to be a link to the actual app itself.
Yeah, so that's a bit of a letdown. And here we are getting all excited that it had a built-in, Office Manager, when really it's just, asking you to buy it. Solitaire, so you get a game going, but we're going to pretty well get Angry Birds on here as soon as possible. Napster, here's the blast from the past. It looks like it gives you a Napster application here. Let's check out what this is all about. Sign up screen and so on. We're not going to do that right now. So let's do a long tap here, and what do you know? A tablet that actually allows you to add widgets. Like, let's add a clock. Here we go. So put this over here. Let's add some other things here. Maybe a calendar? No upcoming events. Damn right, because we haven't installed any yet. But yeah, it looks like you can't do live wallpapers or anything like that yet. It is running more or less an outdated version of Google Android. It's only running 2.0, and we're already pretty well at 2.2, 2.3 coming up. And of course, the Android specific operating system, which is Google Android 3.0. Velocity has not mentioned yet at all that whether their tablets will have support for that, although we really hope that they do, because even the stock Android experience on Android 3.0 is really nice. So next, let's take a look at the e-reading aspect of it using the Kindle application. Okay, so this is the Kindle Android application, and we briefly paused the video in order to log in and stuff like that. So you can see here that the text doesn't look too bad. It's capacitive. The resolution is a bit better, and you can see here that it does pop up. Of course, it does have being able to take notes. Let's click on more. So it does have being able to search Wikipedia, which is one of the updates that Kindle has done with its iOS application, and with its Kindle firmware. You can see here being able to type in with the built-in keyboard is very responsive, and that was one of the drawbacks of the Velocity Micro Cruz reader. So this is Velocity Micro is the company, and the Cruz reader was their e-reader, but we say it's more of a tablet. But you can see that the responsiveness of typing, very, very fast. And that is huge. We've messed with a ton of e-readers, and when we see things like this, it really makes us feel good. But this is where the goodness ends. So let's go back here. Now, let's try to turn pages. Let's just click save really quick. Look at this. How horrible. Look how slow these page turns are.
I have actually seen e-ink refresh the entire page quicker than this can turn one page at a time, and it almost, I don't even know what it's loading, truthfully.
Yeah.
It's just loading the next page.
My BlackBerry smartphone reads faster than this. You can see we're tapping, and it's like, even like the page dragging animation takes a long time. So we're going to say, hey, okay, we're going to tap here. And it's so slow, at least with the Micro Cruz, even though that typing on the keyboard is a slow experience, it turned pages pretty fast. Whereas this is probably one of the slowest things that we've seen.
This is definitely the slowest page turn we've seen on a tablet.
Yeah. So we can see that, here's the location of the book. You can see that we're 8% done. So it does have some of Amazon's newer features. So overall, I mean, it's a solid app, but I mean, the page turn rate, at least in the Amazon app, is pretty slow. What we're going to do is we're actually going to install another e-reading application and just see whether this is an Amazon problem with reading books, or whether this is just a really bad tablet problem. So what we're going to do is we're just simply going to pause the video, install another Android application, and run another test. So what we've done is install the Kobo application. Now, in doing so, we've noticed a few things that I thought I'd let you know. One is with the SD card.
We tried using a mini SD card with an adapter, and it didn't work right off the bat. Not to say that's the way it'll be with every SD card and adapter, but on the back of the box, it says it works with SD card and SDHC. So we found when we put any sort of mini or micro with an adapter, it didn't recognize, whereas we put the standard SD card, it instantly recognized and loaded up and formatted properly and all that. So try to use the one that came with it or a standard SD card when putting external media.
Yeah, so basically why we needed that SD card is because we downloaded an APK file using our tablet, which was a very arduous experience, and I don't want to care to repeat it. It was basically because Kobo Android application isn't available through the Cruz market, so we just went to our website at goodyreader.com/blog, and we downloaded the Kobo app from one of our posts, and it wouldn't download the Kobo app directly to the device's internal memory. We needed to actually put an SD card, download the file to the SD card, and then launch it. So again, the whole reason why we downloaded the Kobo app is because you saw prior with the Amazon application that the page turns were very slow. Now we've loaded a book here, and we're going to try to turn the pages, and look how fast it is. It's instant. So this is a bug. It has to be a bug with the Amazon Android application.
Amazon application.
So the Cruz tablet came with the Amazon e-reading application, whereas the Cruz reader came with the Borders application. So we just want to let you guys know that if you're trying to use the Kobo Android app right out of the box with the Cruz tablet, that page turns will be really slow, so we just want to let you guys know that you probably don't want to use that application. So we're using the Kobo application, and page turns are instant, and that was one of the things that really frustrated us with the Kobo or with the Amazon application, which is why we were hating on it a little bit. So this is just a preview type of book, so we just wanted to demonstrate that pages do load very fast. So this is a pleasant surprise, and we're ready to write this off, but it is just a bug with the software. So what we want to do now is demonstrate the web browser. So what we want to do here is just open up a new window. You can see Google loaded somewhat fast. And what we're going to do here is load up our website. And here we go. Let's see what the average page load speed is. So we're going to load that up. Alright, here's our web page, and you see that it's taking a bit to load up. So unlike the Cruz reader, with the tablet here, it does support pinch and zoom. So this is nice. You can't do it like with an iPad where you can like pinch and then pinch. You kind of like want to do like long pinches or long fade outs like that.
Just because of its responsiveness, it's kind of still finicky with the whole multi-touch thing.
Right. Now, here's an embedded YouTube video that we have on our homepage. Let's see if the Cruz tablet will allow us to read it. And it looks like it doesn't. So be prepared for not being able to view embedded YouTube videos. Although once you maybe download the Dolphin browser, you might be able to do it, but with an older, outdated version of Android, which is 2.0, I do not know off the top of my head if Android 2.0 will support Dolphin HD, and it's Dolphin HD browser with the YouTube search plugin that allows you to view embedded YouTube videos. So here's our blog. You can see that it is taking a bit of a time to load. You know, on a PC or on other tablets, it usually loads up really, really fast. So this is a demonstration of being able to just navigate and search. So this is the stock browser that comes with it. Again, if you want to zoom in and zoom out, you want to really use long pinches and short pinches. Okay, so we've showed you the internet browsing experience. We've also showed you various Android applications, and we showed you the pitfalls of the built-in Kindle application and how other e-reading applications such as Kobo are very responsive. Let's get to our impressions of it. Nick, what are your impressions of this device?
I just think right off the bat, coming into 2011 with a tablet, quote-unquote, if that's what they want to call their device, because with specs like a 7-inch screen with 4.3 aspect ratio 800 by 600 display and Android 2.0, you're not really coming in with a whole lot to the table in terms of power. And with what we've seen here, and it actually did take us about 10 minutes to navigate to this specific part of a website about 2 or 3 links in, just because its responsiveness is just very sluggish. When you click something, sometimes it recognizes it as a long touch and it just holds there, and you have to touch something else to get out of it, and the buttons don't really work right off the bat. And I just think that with a new company bringing this to the table in 2011, there's a lot of competition out there, and you're not really keeping up with the latest and greatest, I think.
Yeah, I think I concur. Although it is a capacitive touchscreen, so it's a little bit more responsive than, say, the resistive touchscreen found in the Cruz reader. For this coming out, I think the price is somewhere around $249. It's considered a mid-range tablet, and for that type of money you can buy Barnes & Noble Nook Color, which maybe isn't the full Android experience that this tablet is, but it's certainly a lot more responsive. For your money, we would probably pass on this. For the $250 range, I would say that there are other better tablets to maybe look at.
Even if you want to get one in the 500 plus range, you could definitely use that $250 you would spend on this to upgrade to something that you'd be a lot more comfortable with.
Yeah, I mean, 2011's young, and this is a tablet that is, pretty well has just come out in the last 2 or 3 months. You're looking at new tablets like the Motorola Xoom, BlackBerry Playbook, the LG G Slate. You're looking at a lot of tablets, even the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2. The 10.1-inch screen is coming out soon. This is considered a mid-range tablet firmly because of the price. Some of the drawbacks, like Nick mentioned, that is sluggish, it is unresponsive, and that pretty well goes hand in hand with a lot of comments that we've received on our forum about how a lot of people are lamenting their decision to actually purchase this device. It says that it has Office Suite here, but of course it does want you to buy it before you can actually use it. And yeah, I mean, its pros that we pretty well gave you some of the cons, like a lot of them, and that's pretty well why we probably wouldn't recommend the device. But
you can see right there, it took Marcus about 3 tries to take down that menu.
Yeah.
That's just something I noticed right now. It's every little thing.
It does have stereo speakers, so it does have some pros. I kind of like the fact that it does like a whole 360-degree landscape mode and stuff, and it's not the most responsive.
But it does do it.
It does do the trick. I wish that it would do like live wallpapers and things like that. It would certainly add a whole new dimension to it. Although, okay, so my take on it as far as the pros is that typing in the keyboard is fast, and some of the hardware features are not too bad. It does have the Cruz market, which versus a lot of other mid-range and low-range tablets, it does give you an option right out of the box to be able to download Facebook, YouTube, a ton of other applications, as well as alternative Android stores like and App Store, like we've mentioned before. So I think the cons outweighs the pros with this one. At least with the Cruz reader, it's very cheap and cheerful, and compared to a lot of other lower range ones, it perseveres. I can't really in good faith recommend this device. It has way too many cons, like I said. So we'll leave it obviously in your hands to decide whether this one is good enough for you. And of course, we will do a comparison video between the Cruz tablet and the Cruz reader to be able to put them side by side, to be able to give you visual cues on how they differ, for another good e-reader review on the latest Velocity Micro Cruz tablet. This is Marcus.
This is Nick.
Everybody take care.